dad out at Hinchbrook Forest.
Oh, Tyler's doing his own vlog, just like I'm doing. I think he's talking to his girlfriend. There again, he could be talking to himself. Who knows?
Probably in bed by now.
Oh yeah, it's getting late.
It's 10 past 10 for them. So
Yeah, well, 10 past 10 in the evening's beer and karaoke time, isn't it? So, yeah, out for a walk in Hinchbrook Woods.
you gonna drink this?
Always take some water with you. Expensive tap water.
No, cheap tap.
But there we go, I don't trust drinking out the tap, so I'd rather trust what comes in this bottle, even though it's probably come out of a tap. Is this a big con? I do not know. Who am I to know?
Conspiracy theorist.
He says conspiracy theorist, but it has been proven 9 times out of 10 the conspiracy theorists were correct.
Water is water.
We were all told to shut up about COVID, but that turned out to be true. That it was all a nonsense. So the answer is, or the question is, you've always got to question everything. Whatever you're told, especially by the government, question them, because they lie. So there you go. Do not believe what you are spoon-fed, especially when it comes to celebrities, because they're the biggest lot that's full of bullshit, peddling their nonsense. You've always got to do your own research, then come up to your own conclusion. Anyway, not that many dog walkers out today, which is a good thing. Been a nice Sunday afternoon walking around Hinchbrook Woods. It's been raining, but you know, the sun is coming through. The sun is shining through the raindrops. This is actually a really nice pathway. Nice and cool, especially if it's a hot day. You can come in here under the trees. And it is nice when the sun is shining, which it isn't at the minute, but the sun rays would shine through all the tree and leaves. And as you're walking, especially the camera, you get all the glistening of the light. Really pretty. So, and of course you've got stagnant water down there. If you fancy a swim, not. Yeah, you'll probably get bitten all over by God only knows what's living in there.
Well, it's not meant for this water.
No. No, there's a lot of fitness fanatics come out this way and do their thing. As you would expect in any place, wildlife, nature reserve, you get all the joggers.
Joggers, dog walkers, little kids playing around.
The problem is certain people that I see jogging are like 90 years old, and I'm thinking, mate, don't you think it's a little bit late to be doing that? It's not going to make you live any longer. What you're probably best doing is eating healthily rather than trying to kill yourself, getting out of breath and giving yourself a cardiac arrest, because you're not going to keep up with a 20-year-old. You've got to know your limitations.
Well, you never know, because in September, iPhones have a nice surprise coming to them.
Do they?
iOS 26. We're jumping from 18 to 26 because they're changing it to the year now. So it's going to completely overhaul your phone. I've seen it. My mate's beta tested it.
Beta tested it. You know, beta means not finished.
Yeah, of course it's not finished yet.
A pre-model,
Yeah.
under construction. maybe not that good. Who knows? If a beta is a person, it means a lesser person. Somebody a bit further down the social hierarchy is a beta. Would you agree?
Yes, I would. Alphas are at the top.
So can you tell me what an iPhone 3 was when it comes to the iOS? I remember the iPhone 3. It was like a bar of soap. It was a revelation when it came out. It was, wow, look, it's a computer on a phone. Oh my God. Now it's all just taken for granted.
Oh, this is the new age of technology.
I have to admit though, this phone I'm on, it's an old one now, it's a iPhone 14 Pro Max. He bought it off eBay and I said to him at the time, it's a lot of money, mate, you know, just for a phone. Why don't you just stick with what you got? But he wanted it, so he got it. And then he wanted a new one. Why did you want a new phone? I can't.
This is how the story went down. It was very close to my birthday, and the new iPhone 15 Pro Max was coming out on my birthday, and I wanted to get it. But it was too expensive, so I settled for the 14 Pro Max. Then we went to the Philippines. I'm not sure. You wanted to buy a new phone, so you suggested buying the new 15 Pro Max and him having my old phone.
I've got it.
Yeah.
I've got it worked out. This is what it come down to. I had an iPhone XR when I went to the Philippines.
Oh, it's just getting too hot as well, yeah.
It was literally, I mean, it was a good phone, don't get me wrong, it was a good phone, but bloody hell, it was frying in my hand. It was like my hand was getting burnt. I thought the phone was going to detonate into flames. That's how, I literally got to one point I had to run down this shaded corridor to try and get some airflow over that XR phone to cool it down. It was that bad. So I decided I need a new phone, and I discovered, because Tyler had this phone that I'm on now, that the camera on it is that bloody good. Then why am I walking around with a shitty phone, or I'm using my DSLR, which, to be honest with you, these days it just brings too much attention. Too many people can see you with a great big chunky camera in your hand. So I said, well, I'll have that phone. I'll get a new phone. Tyler can have the new phone, because all I want is the camera off this one. And I know what, I never look back. Now I'm using this. It just does everything I need it to do. It just does it. I can use the touchscreen to do the zoom function, and it works perfectly. Whereas with the DSLR, I would have to wind the lens if I had a zoom lens, or if I had a fixed lens, I couldn't do nothing but walk forward or backwards. And also, especially when we were in the car, the problem was the DSLR was too chunky. I can hold that drink. The DSLR was just too chunky. And with the microphone on top of the camera, it was a pain in the arse. It kept hitting the roof every time I wanted to film out the bloody windscreen. But with the phone you could just pick it up, boom, aim it in any direction, and it just picks up everything you want to get. Like, wow. I've always been a bit behind the times. Well, okay, more than a bit behind the times when it comes to technology. But I will honestly say, I can now go out, as I am now, with a phone that I used to scoff at. I used to scoff at people with phones, saying they're shitty cameras. They'll never be as good as DSLR. Maybe they're not quite as good, but for general YouTube filming, for what I do, it's amazing. The footage is amazing. So with that, I take it all back. I was wrong, like I normally am.
That's why you should you can learn everything from people of the past, but for up and coming things, listen to the now people, which is me. People of the future.
Don't always listen to Gen Z though. They're not always right.
Okay. I'm not always right. That's 'cause I'm young.
Yeah. Gen X has a few things up our sleeve, that's for sure. Maybe a bit old-fashioned, but they've definitely got more on the technology side of things, how to use it, you know, with the old buttons and all that. Anyway,
So you're still so behind, you're saying buttons. And it's a touchscreen.
years ago there was a phone come out called a BlackBerry. It was highly popular with a lot of people.
Yeah, it was sliding keypad and everything.
Yeah, it had thousands of buttons on it.
Yep.
Because they go through phases where more buttons is sort of like, wow, this is the future, all these buttons. But it's not anymore, is it? It's like little TVs that you could put in your car. They got smaller and smaller because it was a fad. Now it's bigger. Like the phone screens these days, they get bigger because bigger is sometimes better.
As the Russians like to say.
Yeah. I prefer a bigger screen. It gives you a much better viewing experience. Here we are. Ta-ra! Our trusty Ford Focus. Well, it's not technically my car. It belongs to Steve's car sales, but hang on, he wants to get in. It works. That's what I like. It works. Anyway, that's my little chat for Sunday afternoon and our little walk. So, bye-bye, Tyler. We're driving home now. See ya.